Hello, so this is the part where I'm gonna make the nitric acid. I have just less than 200 milliliters of sulfuric acid in there. It's cooling in the freezer, and I'm currently going to fill this flask with the sodium nitrate salt. I'm going to use a Claassen adapter because my 2-neck 1 liter is still wet. This one I left out drying so the water could drip, but yeah, this is just here to also dry. I'm going to set up the Claassen adapter, add the dimmer condenser to the one end, and the dropping funnel to the other. Just for reference, the Claassen adapter looks like this. So it'll, we can add the dropping funnel here and the dimmer condenser here. The dimmer condenser is going to be not necessary, but I'm going to use it just to see, because normally the reaction is pretty exothermic. That's why I'm adding this. That's why I'm freezing the sulfuric acid or cooling it down. And when you mix the two together, fuming nitric acid, as you can hear, fumes a lot. So if the solution gets warm, there's going to be copious amounts of fumes, and I would like to drop that back into the flask using the dimmer condenser. So that's the idea. Alright, so this is the setup. As you can see, it's pretty big. 1 liter 1-neck round bottom flask with the sodium nitrate salt and an ice bath. This ice bath is getting pretty full. I'll just deal with that now. Claassen adapter, double adapter, dimmer condenser over here. Cold water flowing through. Beautiful. And now we got the pressure equalizing funnel, dropping funnel over here. It's linked to this stand. That's on this stand on the drill press. You can see it looks like that. I had to do that because you can see this is very tall. My stands don't go that tall. But it's quite rigid, nothing really moves here, so that's nice, because I needed to put a clamp on this because this thing gets heavy with all the sulfuric acid. Which, by the way, so stoichiometry, I need 215 milliliters of nitric acid. I'm going to add 230 to compensate for the hydrates formed with the sodium nitrate. So I'm going to add 230, I need to add a little bit more into there, 230. Right, always make sure your stopcock is closed when you pour any liquids in the dropping funnel, otherwise that could be very bad. Alright, quick update. Right now the stuff is starting to make the nitrogen dioxide gas, and it's starting to pass through the system. As you can see, it's all the way into the round bottom flask. There is some crackles I'm hearing, but I think that's just some boiling happening in the crystals, so it will pop the crystals, so I think that's okay. Alright, this is the distillation so far. It's going pretty well. Got a bit of a gas tube here, but that's not really working. But it's condensing really well. You can see a bit of the gas moving up and down because of heat. The coils are really cold. Look at that ice bath. There was a bit of a problem. There was a leak up here. And every now and then there'll be a poof of nitric acid vapor. Like just every poof, every now and again. So I took a pipette with a drop of sulfuric acid and put it on this end here because it's tilting that way. So therefore the nitric acid ran across the joint, and now it seems to have sealed properly. Alright, it seems to have started foaming. I just turned off the heating now. I am a bit worried. Alright, there doesn't seem to be a lot of nitric acid coming over at the moment. There is still drips. I'm going to leave it on for another, I think, a few minutes. And then I'm going to turn off the heat and then collect the nitric acid that I've got. It's quite a bit. I'll measure it out. Hopefully the cylinder's dry. And yeah, it did foam. It started to foam up to here. That's when I turned off the heating completely, and then it dropped back down. But you can still see it's still producing some nitric acid. But I don't want to start boiling off the water, so yeah.
And there it is, my red fuming nitric acid. I think it was 130 milliliters, just 114 actually, I think it was. It's kind of difficult to store. I'm gonna figure that out later. But it's quite a low yield actually. It's probably a lot more nitric acid in there. But it started to distort very slowly. But I'm quite happy with this amount. It's the most I've ever had. And yeah.